Hello and welcome to this week's guided reading with me, Becca Handley, for the 27th of June through to the 3rd of July 2022. We have a new moon in Cancer this week on Tuesday, so it's a new zodiac sign we're going into, and we've just been through Gemini, which is quite a sort of buzzy energy. It can make you feel like you're sort of being pulled in lots of different directions. It's very outward, whereas Cancer's, even though it's summertime, it's asking us just to kind of dial it down a little bit maybe, and making sure that you're nurturing yourself, making an emphasis on family and friends, and making sure that you're kind of connecting to good friends. What was that lovely phrase that said, friends are a reflection of our soul? I love that. So, it's a soulful month. Cancer, the star sign Cancer is really sort of about the soul, doing things that feel soulful, whether it's listening to your favorite music, whether it's eating your favorite food, being out in nature, visiting an art gallery, whatever feels soulful for you. It's a really lovely time for that. It's also a powerful time for manifestation. New moons are always a powerful time for setting intentions. At the same time, it's a cardinal sign, so that magnifies that kind of power to set intentions. You might feel a little bit more tired around a new moon because the energies are a bit lower, so look after yourself. Also, Cancer's quite a sort of emotional sign, so that can emotions can come up, so make sure that you're experiencing your emotions in a kind of safe way, and you're not suppressing them, but you're not kind of being reckless with them or the people around you. So there's just a few little things to think about. All right, so I don't know if I used the power animals last week. I'm sorry if I did, but I felt very drawn to do them this week. So if I'm doubling up, then soz, but that's what I felt very drawn to do. Gosh, it's like a little tiny elephant up there in my bedroom, hammering around. So I'm going to spread the cards out, and I'm going to do a card for Monday and Tuesday, then one for Wednesday, Thursday going into the weekend, and then one for the weekend the one for Friday. I'm going to try that again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday going into Friday, latter part of Friday going into the weekend. There we go. So let's see what we've got here for Monday. Badger, perseverance. Dig in and see it through to completion. So this is asking you, in fact, it's interesting because it's just before the new moon. So it's kind of a sense of one sort of little zone coming to an end. So if there's something kind of some untied stuff, unfinished business, it might be about looking at that and just kind of trying to tie up a few sort of knots at the end of this month, and making sure that sort of I's are dotted and T's are crossed, before we go into this sort of gentler, softer month. It's also about not giving up on your dreams and believing in yourself, trusting in timing. Everything is timing. Sometimes we really want something to happen, and various little things have to fall into place before that occurs. So patience is around this card. But yeah, there's a determined energy. So if there's something you want to or you could even be kickstarting something just around that head of that new moon. So it might be about sort of setting some intentions and starting a project that you've been meaning to start for a while. So there we go. That's our card for the first part of the week. Going into the middle, what have we got? Ooh, we've got the owl. Omens. Pay attention to signs. So omen, it can be a bit of it can feel a bit of an ominous word, omens. But actually this is a very positive card about listening to your soul, listening to your inner being, listening to those little hunches that sometimes you get, or if you start to find some kind of synchronicity or coincidences in your outside world. Someone mentions the same, a few people mention the same book, or if there's something you get something mentioned a few times, or you turn on the radio and it's talking about something you've been thinking about doing. All of these things are really sometimes the way the universe talks to us. So don't just dismiss them. If you're sort of feeling that, like, oh, hang on a minute, this is a bit interesting, it's a bit sort of connected, go with it, listen to it. It's also sometimes if we want a sign from loved ones that have passed over, we can ask for a sign, and it could be that you see a little tiny white feather in an unusual place, or you hear someone say their name a few times during the day. So there's other ways, that spirit can communicate to you. So if you're thinking of someone that's passed over and you want a sign, maybe midweek is a good time to sort of put it out there. All right, let's see. Going into the last part of our week. Nice one, porcupine. Free yourself from guilt and shame. So this is a card encouraging us to, and it's not always easy, to look at the sort of heavier energies and the heavier emotions. What is it that's making you feel heavy? What kind of thoughts? What are you not forgiving yourself about? What are you feeling like you could have done better? And it's okay, you know, we're here to learn, but chances are, you know, you were doing the best you could do. If there's something that's kind of been making you feel low and that you've let yourself down, it's really about sort of saying, you know what, I'm human, let's just move on. And I'm sure, you know, if something is resonating on that level, in the bigger picture, it's probably not as bad as you think it is in your head. And yeah, it's really about sort of also getting in touch with that sort of childlike energy and that playfulness, allowing yourself to relax, allowing yourself to let go, putting down the to-do list, putting down the duster, putting down the hoover, and just trying to find some time for you. We've got this, you know, new moon in Cancer, so this nurturing time to do something that feels nurturing to yourself, where you're being gentle with yourself as if you were to a good friend. So that's your message for your weekend. All right, thank you for joining me. Have a lovely rest of week and see you next time. Bye bye.